Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Simone here. Today I'm going to be doing a little bonus video, and I know that it's technically not fall still because we're in November, but I feel like I can still swing it. So today we are doing the Finally Fall book tag. I don't actually know who did the original, but I'll link it down below if I can find it. But I was tagged by the wonderful Laura from the channel What Everyone Else Is Reading. Please go and check Laura's channel out because I think she's amazing, and yeah, I really enjoy her video, and I will also link her tag video that she did of this because I really enjoyed the answers that she gave. But yeah, let's get started with the questions. So question number 1, in fall the air is crisp and clear, name a book with a vivid setting. So for me I went with, I'm trying to talk about books that I haven't mentioned loads on this channel before, so I'm going to give it a go anyway. So for this one I have decided to pick This Is Where It Ends by Marika Nijkamp. This is it was one of my most anticipated books, and I really did enjoy it. It's very hard-hitting and difficult to read. This follows a school shooting, and it starts before the school shooting starts, and it kind of ends like a couple of hours later after everything has happened. And it's really vivid because it talks about a school, and it's set in a school setting, and it talks about you know, there are different people in different places, and it kind of talks about each of them, and you really get a feel for it, and it's really heartbreaking, really difficult to read, but it was also really interesting and really kind of, like I said, very vivid. So I had to pick this one for this prompt, and yeah, I would say definitely recommend this book, but massive spoilers and triggers, should I say, not spoilers, massive triggers. Question number 2, nature is beautiful but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. So I went with the wonderful A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. This is a beautifully written story, but it follows a young boy whose mother is dying of cancer, and it's about him. He has these sort of nightmares, and this monster comes to him and tells him some stories, and yeah, it's a really tough read. Again, it's a middle grade, so it is a little bit less heavy in terms of the writing style, but the topic itself is very heavy, and it's just really heartbreaking, especially because it's written from the perspective of such a young boy. But yeah, I really enjoyed the read. I think I need to read more Patrick Ness for sure, because that is my own. I've read 2 now, and I didn't particularly like the first one, but I feel like his writing is really interesting. So yeah, definitely somebody that I would recommend that you read that book. Question number 3, fall is back to school season. Share a non-fiction book that taught you something new. And so I've gone for a bit of a controversial one, I suppose. This is The Murder of Billie-jo by Simone Jenkins. Might be pronounced Sean, I can't honestly remember. So basically, this is difficult because Billie-jo was Simone Jenkins' foster daughter, and she was murdered in the family home, and Simone Jenkins himself was convicted, and then he was then on appeal found not guilty, and what he wrote a book based on his perspective from the legal side. So although this is a very difficult case in terms of like emotions based on obviously the fact that Billie-jo died, and I think that's absolutely horrendous, what I did enjoy about this, and what I did learn from this, is a lot about the legal system. So if you don't know, most of you probably do, I did law at university, so I have a law degree, and I really enjoyed studying law. It wasn't something that I decided to pursue after that, for lots of different reasons. I did try, but it didn't really work out for me. But I find legal like non-fiction really interesting, and also fiction as well. So yeah, it's definitely something that really interests me. I found it really interesting to learn about the appeal system and how the appeal system works. So when I read this book, I really learned a lot from that. So although it is a very difficult book in terms of the high emotions, based around obviously Billie-jo's death, and also I could never say who I think is correct in terms of whether or not he did it, because he's been found not guilty now, so as far as I'm aware, that's like, it never went any further than that. So obviously I wouldn't like to make judgment based on that, but I did find the book itself interesting, and I learned a lot from it. Question number 4, in order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. Name a fictional family, household, friend group that you'd like to be a part of. And for this one I went with The Tea Shop on the Corner by Millie Johnson. This is kind of like a chick litty book, I guess, but it reminds me of like Debbie Macomber's books, which you know I really love. It has that like kind of like cozy village feel, I guess. And this basically follows a tea shop on the corner, and it's about the people that the patrons that go to this tea shop, and it's about the people that own it. And yeah, it's a really, really lovely book. I honestly can't remember lots and lots about it, but I just remember the atmosphere of it being really lovely. And yeah, I would love to read more Millie Johnson, because yeah, I really loved that one. So yeah, I love that. If you really want that cozy, like warm and like friendly feeling, I think that you should read The Tea Shop on the Corner. Question number 5. The colourful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall coloured spines. So here we go. So there we are, guys. We have our yellow, orange and red. So I will just show you what they are. So we have The Survivors Club by Lisa Gardner. We have The Circle by Dave Eggers. We have Not If I See You First by Eric Lindstrom. We Are All Completely Beside Ourselves by Karen Joy Fowler. The Muse by Jessie Burton. The Girl Who Takes an Eye for an Eye by David Lagerkrantz. And then Girl Online Going Solo by Zoe Sugg. So yeah, I love a bit of a fall coloured spine. You all know I used to rainbow my shelves, so yeah, I do love wonderfully colourful books. Question number 6. Fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. And so this is a little bit different, I guess. This Is Gonna Hurt by Adam Kay. It was one of my favourite books, and yeah, it's wonderful non-fiction, and it's basically Adam Kay's diaries, so I guess it's him telling a story to himself. I'm probably cheating, I'm going with it anyway. So yeah, this follows Adam Kay, like I say, who is a junior doctor, and he is portraying what it really is like to work in the NHS, and I found it really interesting. I think it has some like brutal bits in there. There is some quite rude bits, but there is some just wonderful moments, and there's also a lot of just like cold hard truth. And yeah, I think it's really, really interesting to read. I think I learned a lot about the NHS from this, which I found really interesting. And yeah, this is a perfect book to read, and I recommend that you read it 100%. Question number 7. The nights are getting darker. Share a dark, creepy read. And so for me, it has to be Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. I really enjoyed this one. It's the only one of her works that I've really enjoyed, if I'm honest. But Dark Places follows a girl whose family were slaughtered when she was younger, and her oldest brother, and her brother is in prison for killing them, and she was one of the reasons why he was in prison. She kind of gave evidence against him when she was little, and now she's joined this group that are trying to figure out what happened, because they don't think that he is guilty, and it's kind of about that. It has really dark, creepy moments to it. And yeah, I don't want to go into any more detail with it, but it's really, really interesting, and yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed it. Question number 8. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. And I went with First and Then by Emma Mills. I've heard lots about Emma Mills' writing, especially more recently, but personally the First and Then is the only one I've personally read, so I have to talk about this one. This follows a girl whose cousin, I think, moves in with them because his parents have died, I think. I can't really remember all the details, and she thinks, she doesn't want to have anything to do with them initially, and it's kind of about them getting to know each other, and they go to school together, and yeah, it's lots and lots of fun. There's a great romance in this, and yeah, I just really enjoyed the book in general, and I definitely need to read more Emma Mills, because I really enjoyed First and Then, and I didn't expect to at all. Question number 9. Fall returns every year. Name an old favourite that you'd like to return to soon. So you know I don't really reread books, but one I would like to continue a series of is the Alex Cross series by James Patterson. James Patterson is definitely one of my favourite authors of all time, and the Alex Cross series is definitely one of my favourites of his. This follows I guess an FBI psychologist, I guess, who is trying to figure out murders, and he's a detective, I think, as well. So yeah, it's really, really interesting, and I think I've read the first like 3 this year. I've read lots of the others throughout my life, I guess, but I'm restarting to go from the beginning, so I've read 3 books, I think, of them this year, so I really want to get on with the next one. I'm very excited about it. And then question number 10. Fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favourite cozy reading accessories. So I guess they're talking about like duvets and stuff, but I'm going to go with this jumper. So this is my giant like I don't even know how to explain this. It's just a massive like blanket cardigan thing, and it's like super cozy, and it doesn't look great. Like I probably wouldn't wear this outside, but like it's just really fun and like cozy and snuffly, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm not actually going to tag anyone because, like I said, I know it's really at the end of fall now and I'm pushing it with this video, so you know I wouldn't want to say that to anyone. But my video shout out for this video is the wonderful April Sarah. April is a channel that I've watched for a really long time. I really love her colouring like live streams that she does, and I tend to watch them while I like colour myself. I feel like we do them at the same time. So yeah, I just really enjoy her channel. I think that you all should go and check her out. I think she's great. She's got some amazing dogs as well who are very cute. And yeah, so thank you, a massive thank you for Laura for tagging me in this video. I really enjoyed filming this. I'm sorry it's really late, but I did hopefully get in there just before fall ended. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next time for another video. Bye guys.